Yo, just a heads up really quick, there are parts in this vid where my mic peaks. I'm not an audio expert, so please forgive me, I'm not perfect, but I try. Thanks. So, a while ago, right, I came to a really just huge revelation. And it's that it sucks having friends that are talented. Like, you would not believe how easy it is to be horrible when, you're not friends with a bunch of folks that are, like, genuinely awesome. Like, no shade towards my friends or anything, it's just, I like not putting in effort, alright? I mean, like, live commentary, you can't tell, right? But because, I'm friends with these really talented people, I get, like, really disappointed in myself when, I'm not able to meet, their, levels of skill and the quality of their work by doing nothing, right? So, I kind of, like, feel a need to put in work. Now, on top of this, right, I like self-deprecation, right? I don't know what it is, but like self-deprecation, it's a fun, from time to time, just messing around, being the butt of your own joke. I mean, like, you're saying, it's annoying when people like overuse it, but like when used well, right? It's like all comedy, it's like it's gotta be used correctly. So I don't know. No, but so because of that, right? I decided, you know what? In spite of my lack of wanting to put in any effort for anything, I am enjoying a talent show. And I did, all right. It was my health kit, please. Darn. Anyway, so I was joining my school talent show, right? And I decided, you know what? I think of myself as a bit of a funny dude, a bit of a goof, a bit of a gagger. Anyway, so I decided to sign up and do some stand-up comedy, right? And so doing stand-up comedy was not a mistake. It was fun, but at the announcement. Alright, the assembly where the principal was announcing the roster for the talent show, he said there were 9 stand-up comedians, and it's not really something you want to hear when you're doing stand-up comedy. Anyway, so I knew that I would have like some really tough competition, right? Because out of 9 comedians, including me, right? So that's 8 other folks, right? At least one of them is gonna like statistically be better than me, right? That's how stats work, right? I mean, like, I got an A in math. I probably know how numbers work. No, but, so it turns out he was wrong. I was the only comedian, and because of that, right? Not only was I the only comedian, I also like smashed at my audition. Like, you would not believe how good I was. The crowd was in stitches, not stitches, but like on a scale of like 8, like something like the worst comedian I could think of. All right, let's go with Amy Schumer's like way too cheap a punching bag. So let's go Brendan Schaub. All right, so from a scale of like Brendan Schaub to I don't know Hannibal Buress, like I'm a solid me. The reason I'm solid me because it can't be compared. I'm unparalleled. There we go. Oh crap! Oh god. I'm also unparalleled to dying to that engineer. He's been destroying me. Like not just this round, but also last round as well, and last game. What is it with like engineers like green unusual effects just being like the worst? Anyway, right, so I was the only student comedian, and so and on top of my audition being just, like actually pretty good, right? Like way better than a high schooler should do a comedy, because let's be honest, like most high schoolers nowadays, not the funniest folks. Anyway, so how did I miss that? Anyway, so some of the teachers started referring to me as the comedian, right? I remember this one time, right? I was chilling by my friends, by this little area, right? And one of the teachers come by, right? Said, "Hey, there's about to be an assembly. Can y'all line up?" And he said, "Can everybody and the comedian line up?" So comedian was some sort of distinct category of person. Well, I mean, like technically, I guess you could say it is. Nah, well. Anyway, so in comes the show, right? And some my acts like split into 2 parts, right? And the first part is all about how my economics teacher is actually a Jedi, right? And I have concrete proof, and oh man, round's about to end, and I feel like it's gonna be a bit of a boring visual talk over like the scoreboard screen. So I'll catch like the next round, and I'll give y'all what happened. And we're back. So at the first half of the show, right? So I was actually the opening act, right? Because I had like specifically requested to like be put on early in the show because I had to leave halfway through to head to the Olympic Committee to pick up the skull medal. In case you wonder who the medal was for, It's for me. That's right. Y'all are watching an Olympian right here. She's straight though. Anyway, right. So since that was the opening act, I decided, I'm gonna add some like context specific stuff because yeah, you always gotta take advantage of your situation, right? And is that a bot or nah, it's just a normal dude. Anyway, right. So start off right, and we all know the talent show trope of the winner is always like someone who's like pet goldfish died or something. Anyway, so I go off right, and all right, let's be honest, right? This is a school talent show. There are 7th graders performing musical acts. You're gonna want to laugh at that. So I go off right, and I say, "Welcome, ladies and mostly gentlemen. So this is gonna be a very special occurrence for all of you, because this will be the only point in the show in which you are allowed, in fact, you are encouraged to laugh at the performer and their act. Savor this moment, or you'll never have it again." And immediately, right, it gets the crowd going, right? It's like, this is the warm-up, and we're already getting the crowd going. I didn't even have, like, some sort of embarrassing act before me to get people in the giggly mood. That was, it was my confidence right there. Anyway, so I start going off about how I don't care about, whether the audience finds my act funny. It's the judges I'm scared about. Not because they're giving me a score or anything, but because the judges are teachers, and some teachers are probably, statistically, the amount of teachers there are in the world, at least one of them has got to have, some sort of supernatural abilities. And if so, my econ teacher definitely has them. All right, he's like, I say that, calling him Luke Skywalker is a bit stupid, right? But like, he does have enough force to be like a notable minor character. Anyway, right? So I'm telling the story about how one time, right, a friend of mine, this one friend sitting behind me, and she was drinking water in class, right? And she starts choking, right? And obviously, right, so I ask her, if she's doing all right. Like, she very visibly is not all right. Like, it's polite to ask, Anyway, right, so the teacher goes, why are you turning around and talking? So, I feel like a person dying is, like, a valid excuse to talk in class. It's literally a life or death situation right there. Is it literally one, though? I don't know, man. Anyway, right, so I tell him, I don't even tell him about my choking friend. I just point at her and say, "Oh, she's dying." so this guy, right? He goes, "Stop choking. Choking isn't allowed in this classroom." To any of my Canadian viewers, I'm so sorry for that horrible accent. And darn, you're gonna have to Canadian story again. We just keep winning too fast. So time for another cut or whatever funny slide I put in between the transitions between these maps. Here we go. So yeah, anyway, as I was saying, choking friend, you shouldn't choke, yada yada. Anyway, so by some twisted miracle of fate, right, my friend stops choking. Like, through sheer command alone. Like, she just summons the willpower to not die. It's like watching a miracle in action, right? So my teacher probably deserves a raise for, saving the person from dying. Anyway, right, so the whole class, right, is understandably confused as all hell. You don't really expect to see, like, the anti-Darth Vader just suddenly turn out to be your economics teacher or something, right? Especially if it's an economics teacher. Like, as much as I love the subject, right? I mean, like, I literally used to trade in TF2 and stuff, right? Like, to be honest, that's like, I don't know, like, chemistry teacher, no, physics teacher, right? If any subject teacher were to be a Jedi, I would expect to be a physics teacher, right? Anyway, so speaking of force, right, I forced my act into, like, the second half of it, in which I started talking about, how I accidentally started a war between some subject teachers, right? Specifically between the science teachers, right? So biology, chemistry, and physics teachers, right? So what I'd do, right, this is a thing I did last year, is I'd ask the biology, physics, and chemistry teachers what their least favorite subject between the three was, right? And in case you're wondering, physics teachers almost like unanimously said biology. Biology teachers, I think they were split between chemistry and physics. And then chemistry teachers, they were just a wild card right there. Anyway, so no, the overall answer though was that biology was their least favorite, right? Now here's the thing, right? When I was doing my act, right, there's one teacher, we'll call him Mr. C. I know, we're gonna call him Mr. Clean, right? Because his, you could like actually refer to him as Mr. C, but Mr. Clean, so Mr. Clean right here is a biology teacher, and I know that he's at the back, right, and he's watching, right, and he's also there in my audition, so he knows, he thinks that I'm a pretty good comedian. So before I drop the absolute bombshell that biology is just absolutely despised, right, I have to soften the blow a bit, right? So I go, so Mr. Clean, I know you're in the audience right now, so I'll have to put it slightly. Biology got demolished. So anyway, so I dropped a bombshell that everyone hates biology, right? And here's the thing, right? I was participating in the biology photography competition at the time. In case you're wondering, I got second place in that. So I had to preface this saying, just so that I don't get like worse results in the biophoto competition, this wasn't anything I said, okay? Blame the teachers, all right? Especially Mr. W. All right, if we're gonna think of a name for Mr. W, we're gonna think of Mr. Weiner, because he is a bit of a bigot, all right? Anyway, so blame Mr. Weiner, all right? Because this dude hates the fact. No, he hates biology almost as much as he hates the fact that I pronounce aluminum. Because Mr. Weiner over here, he's British, right? He is like one of the most British people I've ever met, right? So, he really hates it when like I say like aluminum or water or spell estrogen without an O. He's wondering where I'd have to like spell estrogen in like a physics class. I wasn't in a physics class. He had to cover for like a biology teacher in the bio booster club. Anyway, so he hates when people spell things and pronounce them correctly because he's British, So I point out the fact that the British, they used to own a quarter of the land on the planet, right? That is an area larger than the landmass of Pluto, all right? And yet, right, they still feel as though their language is under threat of going extinct because people spell color without a U. I'll start feeling sympathy for the Brits when I can find an Irish person that can speak Gaelic. This ties into the teacher who came purely because of me, right? So the fact that he was Irish, right, and I knew he was gonna be there, I had to like before the show, I asked him just to be sure, just so the joke would be accurate, if he could speak Gaelic. And he said no. Thank goodness he said no. Because if he didn't, I have to say, like, I don't know, the Welsh can speak Welsh. And let's be honest, like, the Irish and the English, that's a more iconic, rivalry than the English and the Welsh. Because let's be honest, most people don't know anything about Wales. Anyway, right? So the thing about Mr. Weiner over here, right, is, my chemistry class, like, we consistently made fun of this chemistry class, and here's the thing, right? It was a felt little beef between my chemistry teacher, we'll call her MSP, we'll call her Microsoft Paint, all right? So it was Microsoft Paint versus Mr. Weiner, yes. So earlier this year, right? It was actually Microsoft Paint's birthday, right? So I was giving her, I gave her like this like thing of brownies. I think it was like a box of brownies, right? Because she loves brownies. Like she hates chocolate and sweet and stuff like that, but she just loves brownies. I don't understand why. Like it is a weird contradiction. Anyway, so as well as brownies, I also make a birthday card, right? And on the card, right, I draw a stick man, right? And the stick man is supposed to represent all the other chemistry teachers. You can tell it represents all the other chemistry teachers because there's an arrow pointing at it that says all the other chemistry teachers. And like in expiration date, when like Scout draws the stink lines on Spy, these stink lines coming off the friggin' stick man. Even there's another arrow pointing at that stink lines saying stink lines, just so you know that it says all the other chemistry teachers stink. Anyway, right, so eventually, right, I had this one club session, right, because I'm in a ton of school clubs. I think this year I've been in like 10 school clubs, maybe more. So alright, so I'm leaving the club, right, and I see Microsoft Paint and Mr. Weiner talking to each other. And at that moment, right, it was like finding out wrestling was fake, right? It was like finding out seeing this isn't real. It's like my whole world has just been shattered in front of me. I drew stink lines for her, man. It's like now the stink lines are useless. Come on, yeah, it's a waste of three lines, like three inch long lines. of green ink from a ballpoint pen. Alrighty, sorry about that cut right there. The game froze and I forgot what I was talking about. Anyway, so as I was saying, right, so after the stink lines thing, I talked about how computer science is undeniably like the least dramatic of all the sciences. And the most dramatic thing that's ever happened in a computer science classroom for me was when was in my class. so it came early, right? And it was just me and my friend, right? You actually know this friend from the last live commentary, username November. Heavy, don't you're not getting heels. And so me and November, right? We were singing the theme song to American Dad, right? So we are going, "Good morning, USA. I got a feeling that's gonna be a wonderful day in the sun." And then this other computer science teacher bursts in from the next room. He goes, "No, it's not going to be a wonderful day." British accent. All right, I'm going for all the horrible accents right here. "No, it's not going to be a wonderful day because your singing is atrocious." Now got me thinking, right? If our singing was good enough for him, would he have joined, right? Would he have slid into our classroom, like Broadway style, going, "Come on, and USA." Yeah, so I got really distracted during this part of the commentary, and I just go on like a 2-minute long rant about how much I hate Harry Potter. And while I agree the book series sucks, I'm trying to keep this concise because watch time and viewer retention, so yeah, I'm just gonna have to cut it out for time. So I go onto my friend's page, and I get disappointed in myself, right? Because, oh no, they're talented, right? And they're talented. Oops, slam my desk right there. To show you my rage towards them being talented, right? So they're so good at art. In fact, if I get the permission, I might like show some of their art on screen right now, right? And it got me disappointed in myself, right? I remember talking to her about it, and she goes, "The fact that an Olympian, a gold medal Olympian, is disappointed in themselves because some girl can draw a frog sounds like an Onion headline." She has a point though, right? Like, I want to draw a frog. It's like, why can't I? Oh, one second here. Okay, might as well take the sentry out. You know, saving the team. #1 sentry buster, medic. Oh crap! Oh crap! Oh no! Anyway, so okay, I'm just a little sneak spy right here. See, I see it right, and I thought, you know, I'm gonna blow the dust off this YouTube channel. I don't know. I'm gonna blow the dust with a live commentary, and also, I mean, I'm hitting 250 subs soon. I might as well make a video to like, I guess I should celebrate. All right, so I decided to make a friggin' commentary, right, and just like coerce her into watching it. I mean, coerce was the wrong word right there. Yeah, so she didn't actually get tickets to the talent show, right? Because I think like she was busy the whole day, right? Alright, so I said, you know what? Since you missed the show, during the video, I'm gonna talk about what I talked about during the show. I got her hyped, man. Like, she doesn't like wait. So when it comes to TF2, right? She has never played TF2, but like she finds the characters and stuff interesting. You know, she thinks lore is cool. I remember her profile picture for like a few months was Archimedes, because I showed her this one really cool piece of fan art. Alright, so anyways, maybe right, this video right here will finally convince somebody with 2 X chromosomes to play TF2. Darn. Anyway, right, so yeah, that is the story of me just going into a talent show and trying my best, and I didn't even win top 3, man. Like, top 3, I think 3rd place was a poem about depression, 2nd place was jazz band, 1st place was metal band, so, you know, standard stuff, right? So yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed this. It is an extremely rough video. Like, I don't know how I made something this rough, but well, it's just for fun. If you don't like it, I don't care, right? That's all for now, and if I got a cool kill streak, might as well shove it in as an end clip. Alright, peace.